Hello and welcome back to Princess Evangile. Saturday, after class, we all had lunch together in the dining hall. Masaya-kun's always eating alone, you know. I thought if we all came here together, we wouldn't feel so bad about people watching us, right? I guess you still do, huh? I feel like we're even more conspicuous than before. Well, nothing to be done about that, I guess. A bunch of celebrities together is bound to draw attention. In addition to the White Lily Society girls, Tami-san, Ritsuku-chan and Konomi-chan had also joined us. And a table full of beauties like this did make for quite the view. Now, if we had Marika-sama and Mitsuki-san here, it'd be an all-star... Speaking of which, is she not coming today? Yes, I did intend to invite her, but she was unapproachable. Unapproachable? I thought that we had restored our earlier friendship. I wonder what could have happened. Did something happen to Mitsuki-san? No, at least nothing that I'm aware of. She has seemed rather listless since the week began. I have been worried for her as well. Since the week began? That was Masaya-kun's approval took a jump, right? But that can't be the reason she's depressed. I don't even know which side Mitsuki-san is on. You mean about school reform? Yes. Well, from the way she talks, I think it's pretty clear she's against reform, isn't she? Mitsuki-san had stated that clearly enough, but Rai-san didn't seem to fully believe it. Your opposition to school reform, does that really come from you, Mitsuki-san? What did you mean by that? Well, that is Marika-sama's position, so that has become your position, is that not the case? But that is not the case. I remember them having that exchange. But since she was originally supposed to be the leader of the Red Rose Society, wasn't she? True as that may be, there was no reality to the question of reform until after the choice was made. After Masaya-kun showed up. That's true. I don't know about her though. Getting voted society leader is an impressive feat. Why'd she give it up so easily? Wouldn't that just go to show how badly she wants to stop reform? But then why would she want to fight the battle herself? Mitsuki's original title was an impressive one. What was it again? Allow me to loon. Yeah, that. That teardrop mole of hers was so sexy. Yes, and now she has become captain of the guard. Oh, I feel so alone. Yeah, there would have been the sun and the moon. Rai-san and Mitsuki-san together. Well, anyway, the food here sure is good, huh? I think you ate a bit too much. You ordered both meals. Because they both looked so good, I just couldn't choose between them. They're going to get fat. Everything in moderation. You think I'll get fat? Well, you look okay right now. What are you talking about, Chiyo-san? You saw his amazing body just the other day. Well, yeah, that's true. Perhaps he has a fast metabolism. I don't know. Arriving at Venice was the first time I've been blessed with food like this. It's nice to see a healthy appetite in a boy, but I won't forgive you if you end up with a flabby old man belly. I'll be careful. I had a feeling that this wasn't going to be the last time I'd be showing it. Is it really so delicious? Ryuko-san took a spoonful and cocked her head. Don't like the food here, Ryuko-san. No, it's not that at all. But I have so little basis for comparison. Comparison? I've never eaten anywhere else. Huh? After all, she'd lived in the dorm since primary course. And as a pure Fille de la Venices, she probably had very few chances to eat elsewhere. Would you say that the food elsewhere is unblessed? Well, no, I wouldn't say that at all. Those are just my own particular circumstances. I see. I am truly disadvantaged. Ryuko-san let out a sigh. I know almost nothing about the outside world, or about men. She turned to look into my eyes. Having you here has taught me a certain amount, but you are surely not representative of all men. What are you talking about? Nothing. Now that you mention it, I remembered that first morning that I'd met Ryuko-san. What was it she'd said to me? I, due to certain personal circumstances, would like to learn more about men. I'd never learned what those personal circumstances were. But you got to go back home sometimes, right? Don't you walk around outside then? I cannot walk freely myself. Huh? Why? When I leave my house I must take a bodyguard with me, and I don't like to bother them. Wow, you're really amazing. She's the daughter of the Kamiyagi? Yeah. She's the daughter of the Kamiyagi group, after all. There aren't many people like her out there. Rai-san had said that before as well, and even among the girls of Venice's, Ruruku-san was rich. Incidentally, I apologise if you can hear the people across the street. I think they're taking down the scaffolding that they put up last week, but either way, you know, it's a little clattery, but I'm not sure if the microphone's sensitive enough to pick it up. It probably isn't, so I'm probably waffling needlessly about stuff that's going on outside. But anyway. But it's stifling, isn't it? Are you okay with that? Yes. Wow, really? That's actually a really hard story to believe. After all, you sneak out of school as a matter of course, sister. I do not sneak out. I'm open and forthright about using my reputation to leave through the main gate. That's even worse. But as of late, I've been thinking, I would like to go outside, to have an adventure. Well, summer vacation is coming up. That's true. This time perhaps I shall ask them to let me go without a bodyguard. Wow, you really are eager. Did something happen to cause your change of heart? Did it? I cannot say for myself. Maybe I was a good influence on you without you realising it. Or perhaps a bad influence. Hey now! It was that adventurous spirit that made a hero out of Columbus, right? With all due respect to Ayaka-sama, the influence was more likely Masaya-san's. Well, yeah, you might be right. Ayaka-san agreed easily to that, and then she turned to me. You brought a new heir to this place. She wants to see where all that came from. I see. Yes, that may be the case. Wait a minute, everyone. I want to hold a White Lily Society meeting after lunch. Do you mind? Yeah, sure, why not? Very well. Got it. After lunch, we moved to Maria Hall. I was lying about it being a meeting, but I wanted to propose something to Ruriku-san. Love your neck. Sorry, it's all the clattering outside. Eh? All eyes went wide. Shall we go on an adventure? Oh, I love it! It's more fun if we all go out together. Ayaka-san was on board already, but Ruruku-san seemed a bit hesitant. And after that she went silent, and Chio spoke in her place. But will it be okay? If a teacher sees us, I'll make sure that we aren't seen. How? Have you forgotten? When you left the school last time, I was the one who manipulated the gate. Ah, yes, that's right. We can set it to unlock at certain times, so we can also arrange our return. We'll just have to ensure that we aren't late. That's right. Didn't you ever go out at night during spring vacation? To scout for boys? Yes, but I did it so often that I was eventually caught and the Jardin chased me down. That sounds like quite a story, but you've ended up pretty isolated thanks to that. Did you know that? Yes, I have felt it. I've not allowed it to bother me, but... You really are solidical. You're incredible. I always wonder why I get active scorn, even though we did the same thing. But in your case, all that you do is go outside, right? Well, that's true. Ryuko-san, I do think it's a good influence this time around. A good influence? I don't think the transfer student is here just to be observed. He's brought in influences we never could have known before. And through that, Venice itself, rather all of us, changed, and it points us in the direction of reform. That is what I was striving for. When you first entered the school, I told you to expand your social circle, didn't I? Yeah. That was, of course, because I wanted you past the vote, but it was also because I wanted you to have an influence on others. A bit like good bacteria in a way. I see. Well, what do you think, Haruku-san? Tomorrow is Sunday, why don't we take a trip? I see. Haruku-san sat and thought for a minute, and then nodded. Very well. I knew it. Will you join us, Chio-san? Of course. Then it's all decided. Rai-san clapped her hands together lightly. Well, we'll be conspicuous if we go together. So I suggest we all go separately and gather at the bus stop. The time is 10 o'clock. But there's a Jardin station down the side path branching out from it. Will it be alright? Oh, that. Do you know why it's so far back there? Yes, I've never thought about that. Why is it there? One reason is that they have sensors and a security camera. And the other one is more important, is scenery. Scenery? Oh, I'd heard about that. Because it would be unsightly to have a building right next to the Orote Shaman. Would it? Well, I guess it's an atmosphere sort of thing. The school's so picky sometimes. Anyway, I'll disarm the sensor and program the monitor not to show the path, and then we'll be fine. Congratulations, you have a bright future ahead of you as a thief. Understood. The next day, we gathered at the bus stop at the determined time, and the bus arrived. I'm so excited. Ruka-san placed a hand on her chest, which just emphasised how voluptuous it was. Without exaggeration, this is the first time I've been outside the school, without a bodyguard's accompaniment. That's amazing. My heart is pounding. Masaya-san, would you feel it? Can I? Hey now! You know you can't. Ow! Ow! It had been a joke, of course. Masaya-kun, my heart is pounding too. Eka-san, don't you leave school all the time? You don't have to say it so coldly. But this bus is always empty. Feels like it's reserved just for us. Chio swung her legs back and forth and we sat down in the very last row. And we were the only passengers on the bus. Seriously, do you have any idea how much fuel that bus has got to be wasting going up and down the mountain? Completely unnecessarily. You know, and people wonder why we're running short on petrol. With all of us going out together, it feels a bit like a class hiking trip. Really? Oh, that's right. Is it okay to have Pantabel here? Cool? Huh? I mean, right in the bus. Is that wrong? I don't know about animals, I should check. I quickly asked the driver and then came right back. The driver doesn't mind as long as he behaves. I see. But of course Pantabel will behave. Cool! If you need to, you could always just claim he's a scarf. Pantabel certainly is warm. And he is a great help during the winter when we sleep together. Wow, you sleep together? Yes, it's a bit hot in summer, but when I hold it to my chest like a pillow, it is terribly reassuring. Wow, her chest? Oh, Pantabel, you lucky dog. I'm glad we all got out safely. As Rise-san promised, the jardin hadn't shown, and the gate had closed on its own once we departed. So far, it had all gone off without a hitch. Why did you say that? Why on God's green earth would you utter the phrase, so it went off without a hitch? That's just basically going up to fate and kicking it repeatedly in the bollocks. That's just asking for something to go horribly, horribly wrong. But Rise, how do you control the sensor like that? Don't tell anyone. Rise-san smiled secretively. The truth is, I acquired the headmistress's password. Wow, no way, really? Actually, I just guessed it. I thought, it has to be this. And it was. Wow, that's amazing. Necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. And I really needed it if I was going to keep up my scouting. I see. I've been thinking, you really think more about the future of Venice's than anyone, Rise. Even more than the board of directors. But Rise-san looked rather troubled by those words. That's right, she'd had a similar reaction before. It would take 30 minutes for the bus to reach the station, and it picked up more passengers along the way. I'm pretty sure that each passenger who got on the bus glanced over at our group. Seeing 4 beautiful girls all lined up together would attract anyone's attention. And seeing just one guy amongst them probably made them wonder what was going on. Hey, Ryuko-san, what's wrong? Huh? Chio looked over at her in concern. You've looked a little stiff this whole time. I'd sensed it too. Her back was rigid, her hands clasped in her lap, and her eyes were kept locked forward. And no matter how you sliced it, she definitely wasn't relaxed. I am studying them. Studying them? The people on the bus. The rest of us looked at each other in confusion. There was nothing particularly noteworthy about the people on the bus. Why? Well, I shall explain later. Chio nodded. On an unrelated subject, I can drive a car. Huh? 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 Ah! We were all shocked by that declaration. Wow, Ruku-san, you have a license? No, I do not. Then how can you drive? Well, on our estate. Ah. Driving around your private estate. Definite high society talk. That's kinda surprising. Rico, do you like cars? I do enjoy driving, but my father is the one that loves them. That's why he taught me. Wow. You must be looking forward to getting your license then. But my father often tells me to stop doing it, so I may not get my license. Why does he tell you to stop? It is because I appear to become a different person behind the wheel. We exchanged a silent glance as if to say, that's hard to imagine. He jokes that I have stopped his heart so many times that we will need a cardiology exam. I worry for him. We shared a wry smile. There are more buildings here. Ryuku-san peered out of the window. I believe we're almost there. It is almost time. My first time setting my feet on the ground. It is truly an epoch-defining event. That's something of an exaggeration. But then, maybe it wasn't. If she'd only ever travelled with a bodyguard before, a lifestyle like that was just beyond my imagining. We arrived at the final station, and since we were at the back of the bus, we let the other passengers disembark first. Well, shall we join them? As we all paid our fee at the machine next to the driver, Ryuku-san froze up. Ah, did you forget your wallet? Ah, well, it's okay, I'll pay for you. Chio quickly covered the fare, and Ryuku-san watched her dumbfounded. What's the matter? No, Chio-san, thank you. No problem. I was the last one out, and I'd just taken out my charge when I heard a small cry from the ramp. Look out! Ryuku-san had missed a step and was about to fall, and I reached quickly to steady her. I'm sorry. I failed to pay attention. Not at all. Ah, it's been so long since I left the school. It feels liberating. Ah, it really does. It was refreshing to see them all in Japanese-style clothing. I rarely saw them outside of their uniforms, after all. It added to the feeling that we were leaving Venice's on a date, despite the odd number of people. The other three were totally at ease, but Ryuku-san couldn't stop looking around her. You really are nervous, aren't you? No, I am not. Because you are here, Masaya-san. Thanks. Masaya-kun. Ayaka-san suddenly grabbed onto me, pressing her large breasts against my arm. You'll save me if a stranger tries to grab me again, won't you? Yeah. Ah, me too. And as she spoke, Rai-san grabbed my free hand. Me too? Chio pressed herself against my back and wrapped her arms around my neck. God, Chio's a big two. How much had she grown in the year we were apart? It's a bit like a Christmas tree. In what way? I could feel the angry stares of people around me. If you keep this up, I'm gonna get in trouble. Oh? The Philly Dominicis had been raised in an all-girls environment, and it just wouldn't occur to them that other men could get jealous. Even though those two have exhibited, that's the word I was searching for, even though these two have exhibited spectacular levels of jealousy, in spite of the fact that nothing has happened, to the point where they have both throttled him at least twice. Well, let's go for a stroll. Sure. Ryuku-san, have you ever come to a shopping area with your bodyguards before? Yes, to buy clothing. Our house is in the foothills. And that means you're close to the school, right? Yes. You're close to home then. That's pretty rare. Rare. Venice is a boarding school after all. People can be from anywhere. That's true. I guess we come from surprisingly close by too. I was speaking to Chio. Our houses were in the area. Where's your house? Where's your house, Rai-san? I am from Tokyo. Tokyo, huh? Just getting home must be something of an effort for you. She gave me a troubled smile, and I guessed that it really was an effort. As we walked down the sidewalk, we caught even more glances than we had on the bus. God, even guys with girlfriends are luring our way. I hope they wouldn't get into trouble with said girlfriends. Walking around here by yourself is hard. Ayaka-san poked at my arm. Hard? Does it really cause trouble? Well, the route to trouble, I guess you could say. Macking. Like a raincoat? I felt like I'd heard that one before. You ever heard of macking? Oh, what are we going to do with you? I'm not sure I understand the meaning of the term either. What is macking? Oh, well, Bryce, didn't you walk around the shopping area a few times after dark? Yes. Then you probably encountered it. You know, men calling out to you and such. Yeah, in this country we refer to it as catcalling. Now that you mention it, I was surprised there were other people trying the same thing I was. The same thing you were. Macking is another term for scouting, isn't it? Huh? Am I wrong? Totally wrong. They aren't looking for someone because of circumstances like you were. I'm surprised to hear that. Let's let Masaya-kun explain it. You're good with the ladies after all, you have experience, right? Nope, couldn't do that. Anyway, macking means... I explained it to them and they both nodded. I see. That would appear to be consistent with my experiences. It's a bit like an arranged marriage. No, I don't think so, though. Well, I suppose they're after something similar. Do you get macked on a lot, Ayaka-san? Yeah, yes. That fit. She might not have had a title at Venice's, but she was beautiful with an impressive physique. And she looked like a gravure idol after all. Anyone would want to hit on her. That's why I'm glad you're here with me today, Masaya-kun. You're like bug repellent. That is sadly true, actually. You know, women who are on their own get shouted at a lot, and it's really pathetic. You know, whereas if they've got a bloke with her, it happens a hell of a lot less. And I can't decide if that's worse or not. You know, it's the idea that, oh yeah, a woman on her own is obviously fair game, a woman with a man, nope, off limits. You know, regardless of whether or not that man is their significant other or not. And here's the thing, the catcalling shouldn't be happening in the first place, but I'm not sure if it's better or worse the fact that it happens less if they see another man there. Honestly, that's a really difficult one to judge. We all turned around at Ruriku's sudden gasp. Sorry, my throat's got a bit hoarse. But that is why I keep the water on the desk. She was looking at Ayaka-san with an unusually serious expression. You called him bug repellent. Does that mean that macking is not desirable? Yeah. Well, sometimes it's nice if the guy's hot. That was a joke, actually. It's a pain brushing them off all the time. I'm not here for that. It's not pleasant at all. Did it bother you as well, Rice? Did it bother you as well, Rice, then? I just assumed they were scouting me, so... But it's true, when talk about it this way, it's not much of a good thing. I see. Why are you asking about macking? In truth, there is something about which I wish to consult with you all. Consult? Would you be willing to speak with me about it over lunch? Naturally, everyone agreed. That's right, she said later on the bus too. She said she was studying before people on the bus. Could the two things be related? Ruka-san gasped again, and this time she was looking at a shop. That man! What is he doing? What man? From Ruka-san's manner, you would think someone was doing something strange, but well, I didn't see anything. You see him? That man there? She tugged at my clothing impatiently. The one putting money into the vending machine. What about him? He's putting money into the vending machine. Huh? Oh, that's right. Vending machines at Venice's work with the touch of a button. Oh, that's right. They had vending machines at the dining hall, but the drinks were free, just like the food. At first I was afraid that someone might raid all the drinks inside, but apparently the students of Venice's just would never do something like that. Ah well, Ryuko-san. Is this the first time you've seen a normal vending machine? Yes. That's incredible. Her statement that she knew nothing about the outside world really hadn't been an exaggeration at all. Ryuko-san, most vending machines need money to make them work. canned drinks usually cost about 120 yen, for instance. Ah, I was unaware of that. Ryuko-san seemed very impressed. But what did you do when you went out and you got thirsty, Ryuko-san? We went to a restaurant. I see. Now that I thought of it, I couldn't imagine a rich girl drinking from a bottle on the sidewalk. It didn't occur to me that you could put money inside a machine. That's why I was so confused by the bus. Ah, that makes sense. So you didn't really forget your wallet? No. They do take credit cards, don't they? I don't think you can use a credit card on a bus. What about the vending machine? Nope. I see. I'll have to ask my father to let me carry real money. Living at Venice, you almost never needed real money. Your food bill was covered by tuition, and anything you bought at the store was charged to a tab. The online shopping service that most of the students used ran on credit cards, so you didn't need money for that either. That's true. It is good to have a bit around. As she spoke, Raya-san turned her eyes to a store. There were about 10 customers lined up inside. Naturally, a card is suitable for buying clothing and accessories, but an adventure requires things like this as well. Ah, crepes? Yes, it would be a pain to pay for you every time, so I'll just give you the money in advance. Thank you, Chia-san. And with that, we got to the end of the line. What a lovely smell. I never thought the day would come when I would be eating crepes with a girl. It was never something I could have considered until recently. Crepes didn't exactly give much nutrition. We got close enough to the storefront to read the menu, and the girls began to study it. What should I get today? You come here a lot, Ayaka-san? Yeah. Her response was a bit distracted. There was a space set aside to eat, but the tables were all full, so instead we ate on the corner. This is my first time eating while standing. Somehow it makes me nervous. That's right, you were surprised that I wanted to eat my baguette out there that morning. Yes. They'd all gotten a mountain of toppings as well, which would make eating quite the battle. I will eat now. Ah! When she tilted it, the scoop of ice cream at the top fell out. I quickly moved to catch it out of the air. Ah, forgive me. Please take this handkerchief. Nah, save it until after we eat. What are we going to do with this? I'd managed to catch it, but, well, she might not be happy to eat it now. Could you simply place it back inside? Well, my hands are clean, but you sure? I do not mind. Here then. I returned the ice cream to the crepe, but it wouldn't do to waste it after all. Thank you. I don't know how I could be so clumsy. Well, the toppings are really packed in there after all. Perhaps I was too greedy. But you really do have excellent reflexes, Mercedes-san. You caught that softball too. And you do juggling. Plus you climbed up and down a second floor drain pipe. That's just doing what I had to do. This time, I will be more cautious. How is it? Oh, it's delicious. I never knew crepes could be so delicious. Oh, I wish I could have them in school as well. Sounds like going on an adventure was worthwhile after all. Yes. We decided to have lunch at Papatoro Moonrock. Oh, I hope we'll get to eat today. The last time I came here with Chio, the goons had caused such a mess that we didn't even get our meal. We arrived at the table and placed our orders. Regarding the subject on which I wish to consult with you all. Oh, right. All eyes turned to Ryuko-san. But you know what? I think that's a reasonable point to end this part. So I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next.